What's up, y'all? This is Tressie.
And this is Cedric.
And you're listening to Through the Crate, and we got one question for you.
Can you dig it?
Let's get into it right now.
Yeah, we're getting into that hip-hop talk. What's going on today?
How's everybody doing out there? How you feeling? We're feeling good. We're feeling great. It's summertime in Chicago.
Is it? It feels like it's goddamn
hell in Chicago.
It's so freaking hot.
True that.
I'm slowly burning in my own flesh.
Burn, let it burn.
Yeah, but that's not that kind of burn, guys. It's hot. It's humid and hot.
Humid and hot, yes, it is. And we've had thunderstorms back to back every night.
Yes.
Every night for the past 2 or 3 nights.
Yes.
It's been kind of crazy.
A little nuts.
But other than that, we're doing well. We're doing great.
Yeah, we survived.
We survived it, and we are here to give you guys episode motherfucking 11.
1-1.
1-1. 1 + 1 = 2, but it's only 1-1.
1-1.
Oh, bars. That was bars right there.
Oh, man.
Maybe I should talk to Joe Budden. Anyway. Or maybe I should talk to Drake so he can. Anyway.
Anywho.
Let's talk about some of the stuff that was happening in hip-hop news.
What happened
recently?
I've been living under a rock. I have no idea what's been going on. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about some things real quick. So this is the gossip that's going on around the way. So our first thing we got is the Hip Hop Honors. I know we kind of hinted toward the last episode, and I know it's kind of old now, but I should probably get out of this voice.
Yeah, maybe.
Hip Hop Honors. They had the first. They had the first thing that they were honoring women.
So got it.
With us honoring women, we were honoring Lil Kim, Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah, and Salt and Pepper.
And Eve hosted
it. So these are 4 iconic women in the game that needed to be recognized. Of course, there's a ton of other women that could have been recognized. MC Lyte, a whole bunch of people, Roxanne, whatever. But these are the ones that Roxanne Shante, the person that
I don't know why I thought of the TV show Roxanne. I'm like, what the hell does she have to? Oh, that's Roseanne.
That's
I'm
epic fail for you, bro.
Not even listening properly.
Anyway, so we had that. I mean, and the best, we all know the one thing that stood out. Well, unfortunately, the one thing that stood out. Well, actually, before I even get to that, let's talk about the fact that Tiana Taylor came out and did an amazing Lil Kim not impression, but tribute.
Yeah.
Dej Loaf went out there as well. Salt and Pepper, they had a great tribute. Queen Latifah did an amazing job with hers.
Yeah.
Lil Kim's performance, though, I'm gonna have to hate a little bit.
What?
It sounded like she was really out of breath whenever she was performing.
She probably can't breathe.
I know. I don't know if her nose was closing up or something.
Can't breathe.
But yeah, because she was out of breath. But at least she knew her words.
I mean,
you know, at least she knew.
She knew Biggie's words. Let's keep it real.
She knew Biggie's. She knew hers. She knew what. Let's keep it real. She's a veteran and she's an icon in this game.
Yes.
You can't discount her. You can discount her face, but you can't discount her legacy.
Yeah. No, she knows how to rap.
You know what I'm saying? So one thing that I think that was really really cool is that she not cool. Excuse me. One thing that kind of stood out is because when she had somebody come out and do the Biggie verse, it was Rich Homie Quan. And a lot of people were like, you couldn't get anybody from New York to come and do that?
Did anyone reach out and, ask her why they didn't get anybody from New York to do it?
Right. To my knowledge, I don't think they did. But it's just kind of baffling. You didn't ask anybody from New York to do that. And maybe if you want to, flip that, maybe she was trying to throw that left field. We always get on these rappers or these young rappers about not knowing what the culture is and not knowing what the history is. Maybe they wanted to get him in there to try and show respect your elders and shit. So
that ended well.
Exactly. Well, I mean, apparently nerves got to him, and he forgot the words. I mean, we've all seen it. We all know that, he went on stage and he said 2 bars and he was done basically. And out of breath Lil Kim had to try and help, and that didn't go over too well either. So unfortunately, her tribute was kind of overshadowed by that. And I just think about why didn't I don't know. I guess Rich Homie Quan was thinking about like how big this was, but you had days to prepare, and why don't you know your lyrics? Like this motherfucker had 3 days to prepare. Even Dreezy from Chicago, she did the Salt and Pepper tribute. She even knew that she got a call like 3 days before. She memorized her lines.
And see that comes down to more of
professionalism,
and showmanship. I mean, are you a performer? Are you about this performing life? Because yes, okay, you're a rapper. You're gonna be talking about what you know and what you've seen and try to give your life story to the kids and hopefully sell some records. But when it comes down to it, you're an entertainer. That's what you are. And if you can't go home and do your homework,
right? Like you should already be listening to Biggie though.
Even if you're not.
Like
even if he's never heard a Biggie song.
Sweater.
Dude, come on. I was down at the Mole Fest about a month ago.
Mm-hmm. That's the Mole Fest is something that was happening out here in Chicago. It was a festival of like just basically a bunch of Mexican food with mole.
You could vote on the best mole.
Yeah,
it was great. It was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
But they had kids out there like playing instruments and singing songs. Those kids don't know shit about the songs they're singing. Someone tells them, this is the song that you're, playing. This is what you're saying. This is the notes that you play. And they did it. So
right.
It's just about being a showman and just
I guess
knowing to put on a good show.
But then also like, I'm not making excuses for Rich Homie, but I'm just saying like, that was a big shoe to fill. Just hope
I just wish nerves, like stage fright.
To be honest, like I don't know, because you do this all the time, and if you get nerves, like that's the way that entertainers make money now, is their performance.
Yes,
and you need to know. Like I understand, but maybe what he does is mumble rap, and so he can mumble anything, and everybody knows what it's supposed to sound like, so he doesn't actually have to say what he.
But he knew beforehand. He knew going into it.
I don't know, but overall, it was fucked up, and he got Donkey of the Day, I think, for it, and it was just all bad. But that was one thing that happened in the news. What else happened? Lil Wayne, something happened about Lil Wayne, right?
Yeah, he was doing a show for High Times, and he did about 3 minutes and something.
Was it the Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa? You said High Times, not the High Road tour.
It was like for the magazine.
Oh, for the magazine High Times.
Yes.
My bad. I'm not a smoker, so I don't.
Right. Okay. It was for the magazine High
Times. Gotcha.
They were putting on a show, and he was the headliner, and he came out, did 3 minutes. He said something on stage like, "Oh, don't ever ask me to come back," and just walked off the stage.
Wow, I didn't know he said don't ever ask me to come back. I only saw like a few minutes, not a few, but maybe like a 10-second clip of him just walking off stage. But he said that?
Yeah, it was something was going on off stage. I've heard nothing. I'm not sure yet exactly what was seen off stage.
That's crazy.
But he just kind of walked off.
Damn.
I mean, who knows? He could have been almost having a seizure or something, and was just,
could have felt it coming.
Yeah, maybe he's just getting better about hiding it now. I don't know.
Shit.
I have no idea.
We're going to hell for that.
I have no idea what happened. No one. I don't know. Until we know, I'll just speculate on the most ridiculously funny shit I can think of. Don't judge me.
All right. What else happened in the hip hop news? Since the last time.
Designer actually dropped a song. Another one.
Timmy. So he dropped the song that he used for his XXL quote unquote freestyle.
So marketing skills, all right. This dude Designer was marketed pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
When he first came out, all we knew was that one song, Panda.
Right.
Panda.
All I knew was Panda.
And then if you search his name on YouTube, this other random ass song came on, but that song was whack, so nobody fucked with that. But so it's like, okay, Panda, cool, number one song. And then the next thing you hear of him is what? That mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? New English or
New English?
New English.
Mm-hmm.
And we already had a discussion about that.
Right.
You can listen to that.
Carbon copy feature. Boom.
Right, and not even good future.
No.
And then all of a sudden you do this, XXL freshman thing, and you're just like,
Timmy, Turner.
and everybody's like talking shit about it.
Right.
I think we both thought it was at least creative.
Yes, we did.
It was like, okay, this is
the melody was nice, and we thought
different.
Like, oh yeah, that was gonna be like you cannot discount that melody.
Yeah.
You cannot discount like the way that flowed. It was dope. Timmy Turner, yeah, wouldn't got a burner, killed it, like that was like really like creative.
It reminds me of like a seance or like some
right,
like really
some
kind of
eerie,
spooky,
like,
eerie. Yeah, like
yeah.
It's like, oh shit, what the hell's about to happen next?
Like he went and got a bird, killed everybody walking. Like what's about to happen?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen in the song?
And I thought it was at least creative and something different. And then we hear the song, Timmy Turner. And you know what? I mean, you sighed really heavy. What do you think of this song?
Dude.
That was a hard sigh.
Dude.
Hard
like,
sigh.
what are we doing with hip-hop now?
What do you mean?
It's now cool to drop just a song full of the same 4 to 8 bar chorus.
You mean on the instrumental side or on the lyrical side?
Lyrical side.
Okay.
The lyrical side, like that chorus, like that Timmy. He didn't say anything other than Timmy Turner.
Yeah, he definitely repeats
the
chorus
over
a lot.
Like I want to say, if it's a 4-minute song, 3 minutes is that fucking thing.
Yeah. But
like what are you
what
doing?
was Panda?
3 minutes of Panda. Panda.
I got bras in Atlanta.
And that's why I didn't really like that song.
Because it was one verse.
Right. I mean, it was still good, but that song was like, it was like I couldn't listen to it after it got hot. Like I'm done. Like mind you, if I'm in the club, okay, I understand where it's being marketed.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
But if you're gonna drop a song like this, like this isn't even a club hit.
What, Timmy Turner?
Yeah. That's not a club hit. That the way that song it sounds to me, it's not a club banger. Like it's not a banger in the club to me. Like Panda, like it doesn't have like that hard hitting like. What am I looking for?
I mean, I can see how it's not a club hit, but the beat goes.
No, I mean definitely. If he wasn't on that, like saying the same thing every time, I would like the production on that thing was like immaculate. Not immaculate. I'm not gonna go that far.
It's crazy.
It's good.
It goes pretty hard.
Yeah. If I could listen to that instrumental, I would definitely listen to that instrumental.
Look, I mean, okay. So this is where I guess we'll have a difference of opinions when it comes to Timmy
Here we
Turner.
go. I cannot wait to disagree with you.
So I don't dislike the song. I don't think it's a bad song. I agree with you about the whole repeating the chorus over and over again. But I think that's him like grasping on
to his niche.
His sound. He's like, okay, people got to know me for something. They got to know me for something. I guess I'll just repeat the same chorus over and over again.
I can't.
Because he sounds like Future.
Yep.
That's what's keeping me from saying that it's like a great designer song or it's a really good designer song. Because it sounds like a good Future song.
I can't.
Like it sounds like Future. And again, we were like, I don't know about you in the beginning, but me, I was like going for the kid. Like no.
Oh yeah, you were.
It's just his voice.
Yep.
It sounds like Future. It's not like his
Yeah, we said this on the podcast.
Yeah. His flow is kind of unique, the way he's attacking it in his style. It's Future-esque, but his voice just sounds a lot like it.
I can't.
But this song, the auto-tune, the flow, the whole energy, the vibe, it sounded like Future with like the young South influence, I don't know, the Young Thug and like Travis Scott kind of, influence in the song, but
I can't.
Like it's not bad.
It's bad.
It's not bad.
It's bad. It's bad. The auto-tune, like he sounds better doing it a cappella with no anything.
I agree.
But that auto-tune sucks. And The fact that you are like you're trying to find your niche, like if that's the case, then that's not cool. Like that's not.
Trust me, if your niche is just repeating the chorus over and over again and only giving us like 16 actual bars in the whole song, and 4 of those bars are from the chorus that you keep repeating over and over again, then that's a shitty niche.
It's definitely shitty. He's shitty. And that's like
shitty niche.
It's all Future. It's all Future. Ugh. It was a waste of a good beat. That's what it sounded like to me. It was a waste of a good beat. He should only write choruses.
Yeah. So yeah.
He should only write hooks.
If he was a chorus writer, man.
We keep saying chorus when it's like hook in hip hop.
Yeah, whatever. Chorus hook. Like
singing.
You guys understand how song structure works.
Exactly. But like, yeah, and that's another thing. Talking about song structure, where's a bridge? Where's a? There's no.
But it drops though. When that shit drop. Hey, guys. No. Okay. It's not a good song, but that drop though.
I'm tired of you. I can't even give it the drop.
It drops hard. But then that's it. Like if it was just like when the beat comes in and he starts rapping, that shit is hard. It's hard.
I can't. I'm literally shaking my head at him. I can't do it. I'm not even looking at him right now as I say this.
And you know what, guys? I have no idea what the fuck he's saying.
Timmy Turner, when gonna burn her, kill everybody walking.
Exactly. You have no. I have no idea.
I will give them one thing that I liked. Is that you know how like the Timmy Turner with the whole like that's where it's dropping. When he has the song, it doesn't drop on the one. It drops differently. I don't remember exactly where it drops. I think it's like on
it's hot.
Yeah. It drops
switches in the song. At the
end of the song. It does, and that's what I'm saying. Like the drop doesn't drop the same. So I like that creativity there because it changes the way.
So when it does drop, it's just like
it changes. But I'm still saying that this song is fucking trash. It's garbage.
It's not. It's
trash. Garbage.
It's garbage. Not gold, but it's not trash.
It's garbage. Basura. Basura.
How can you call that?
The beat is great. The beat is great, but he ruins it.
No,
he ruins it for me. I listened to it like maybe 3 times because we had to listen to this, and I never wanted to listen to it again.
You don't think the drop is hard? The first 30 seconds aren't hard.
Basura.
First 30 seconds aren't hard as hell.
Trash.
So what else is going on in hip hop?
All right, what else is going on in hip hop?
Something that you can't just shit all over.
Well, we can talk about. All right,
this just
go in order too.
This just in, guys. Drake responded to Joe Budden.
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah. He responded. He said, "Pump it up," in a song called "No Shopping." On his verse.
And he said like Buttons in there too. He said his name.
He didn't say his name in No Shopping. I'm going to look that up right now. Don't worry, I'll edit it out.
Dun.
He did not say his name in No Shopping. I'm looking it up on Genius right now.
Good. He says buttons.
Buttons, like buttons, like the buttons on your on your shirt.
And even if it's close, it's still subliminal, and he still meant it.
Pump it up. She got a good head on her, but I pump it up. I'm not a one-hit wonder. They don't know my stuff. You let me turn into the nigga that you almost was. On a where does it say?
You don't gotta read the whole thing.
I don't see buttons. Where did he say that?
It's not in there.
Nah, he don't say his name. Boom, you owe me $20. He don't say his name, so you owe me $20 fucking dollars.
We never said that.
We said.
No.
You said, Tressie, I will give you $20 if he says his name. That. Yeah, you're like, bitch, I will give you my credit card. And I was like, yo, shopping spree. So anyway.
So
he's going, pump it up.
So Drake, is dropping subliminals against Joe in No Shopping.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking, like, what the hell are you doing?
He acknowledged him.
He acknowledged him. But then, I think Joe dropped his other song like right after that. It was hours after he dropped No Shopping. He had the other song ready.
Afraid, right?
Afraid. Mm-hmm. Where he's just, again, dropping bars.
Bars on top of bars. On top of bars.
The first two songs were bars. The third one was bars. And it was very strategic that he dropped it, very close after he dropped No Shopping. You're just like, man, how is he doing that? How's he dropping songs that fast? Is Joe that good? You think Joe's that good? Well, he can just drop a song. I think
he was completely strategic in this move, and I think he was completely prepared, and I think he writes constantly.
Yeah, I mean, he alluded to all of that. He was on the podcast with Charlemagne, the Brilliant Idiots, and Michael Schultz, right?
No, Andrew.
Name? Andrew Schultz, Michael, Andrew, it's all the same.
Every white boy's the same.
No, just every podcaster's the same. It's not us.
No. Oh, okay, I was about to say, don't you do that.
That's don't not do us. That.
That's our place. Like, we're in this
I don't know Charlemagne's real name. I only know Charlemagne because he's just, But yeah, Schultz, dude. Him, but anyway. Yeah, so, on that podcast, The Brilliant Idiots, they had a very long and interesting discussion about the whole Drake and Joe Budden thing. Mm-hmm. First of all, he kind of made Joe look silly when just asking about the basic reasons of why the whole thing started. But regardless of Joe being a crazy person, regardless of that, you don't think Joe's?
I don't think Joe's a crazy person? Look silly. I think that Charlemagne likes to try and dial down to a certain point. But I also think that Charlemagne was really prepared for this interview and Joe Budden wasn't. However, not interview, but this podcast. But I also think that Charlemagne likes to try and he knows how to curve it to the way that he wants it to go.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Charlemagne was more on the defensive, honestly. I think the person that had the more offensive firepower was Andrew, right? He and because he was just the calm dude in the back while Charlemagne and Buttons were just going at it on some personal shit, just going back and forth. He was like, "But why'd you go at Drake?" Shit. They were both annoying, just going back and forth. And Andrew's like, "Yo, why were you going at Drake? Why were you mad that he responded?" And every time Joe would give an answer, he'd be like, "Well, that's the same thing that Drake did," giving very level and clear, okay, why did you go at Drake? And Buttons, the way I understood it from both perspectives and from knowing what happened from the responses is I made a comment on a podcast. I was in my podcast guy voice. I'm the podcast guy. Mm-hmm. Because he brought that up when they had talked about the whole Birdman incident. Mm-hmm. It's you were the radio guy, I'm the podcast guy.
That's what Roy did.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's right.
His Andrew Schultz equivalent.
Right, exactly. They both had their sidekicks in there, just pumping them up a little bit.
Pumping them up. Pump it up. Bar.
But so Joe was just being the podcast guy. And so by being the podcast guy, he gave his opinion as a fan, not as a rapper, not as an MC dissing another MC, as a fan of the art, as a fan of the artist. He was giving his opinion and how he felt. And then he got offended when, and this was news to me, because these rappers, they have the inside information, and these industry
people have their own
right
circles
and
stuff.
And it's real, fucking JC would tell us stuff about what's, what I'm saying, there's stuff going on that you just don't know.
JC is our cousin that is in the industry, lives in LA. But anyway,
so
I got to give context to things what you say, because you never do.
But you know what I'm saying, though.
I do, but they don't. And this is who's anyway. Go ahead.
Hey guys,
I hate that. Hey guys.
So the point is, he gave his response in, or not response, he gave his opinion in his podcast. Right. Joe Budden did. And then all of a sudden he started hearing this song circulating through the industry the No Shopping song.
Yeah.
And
so everyone heard it before the public heard it.
Right. So the rappers heard it before the public heard it. And so Joe hears this song and he's like, why is he dissing me on a record? Does he not know who I am?
So, right.
And so that was the whole reason why he said he was so upset, was because Drake went at him with Drake went at him with bars instead of as the podcast guy.
Right. Or even so, but to be honest, like that means that the first shot was fired by Drake. Because I don't consider Joe Budden's podcast as a shot.
But Drake did.
I know, and that, I mean, if niggas getting their feelings, and niggas getting their feelings. If you can't understand that this person has a podcast, and he said it too on the Brilliant Idiots. He says, I have a podcast. I am a rapper as well, but I also have a podcast. I've also been known as the person that has put their whole life on internet. Like, I'm the one that started this shit everybody.
He did.
So you have to understand that this person is different than the rapper. And if somebody's asking me in regards to review your music, like, why are you going to get mad at constructive criticism? Like, to me, like, why are you doing that? If somebody told me about my job or about this podcast and they said, you know what, Tressie, you guys actually fucking suck. You need to do this, this, and that. And I'd be like, you know what, let me take that into consideration. I might not change everything that you advise me, but I'm going to take it into consideration. So if you are going to get caught up in your feelings like a little light-skinned ass nigga that you are,
but
as Charlamagne always says, hold on, let me finish my thought.
Okay.
As Charlamagne always says, if you're gonna get caught in your feelings in regards to him saying that you sound real fucking uninspired and somebody needs to try and come and help, because maybe he went a little too far by saying like you need to get some help or whatever because you sound like you're kind of depressed or like you need something around you or whatever. We also know that Joe Budden goes to therapy and he does a lot of this stuff, and he probably is projecting what he's seen and what he's felt, you know what I'm saying, onto what he's, like that's his perception and he's entitled to it. Now, if Drake is in his feelings and says that, you know what, he should never said that on a podcast, Drake could have made a phone call.
He could have, because apparently they know each other.
No, they do. There's no doubt about it that they don't know each other.
And so
that's just what I'm saying. Like, the first shot is fired by Drake to me. And
so you're siding with Joe Budden because Joe Budden actually kind of alluded to that kind of point that you're making, where he was like, when a rapper of Drake's status decides to use that status as just like a bully pulpit. Mm-hmm. Like I'm big boss. I can say whatever I want, and what I say like sways the masses. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that he has this massive influence, he drops a few little bars about, Joe Budden, and some people will get it, most people won't, but he's still taking that shot from this, in front of this massive audience, mm-hmm. against Joe.
Right.
And that's what really pissed Joe off.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, it was the fact that instead of him making that phone call, you know what I'm saying? Instead of him reaching out man to man and being like, "Hey man, you ain't like views?
you didn't like my project?" Because let's be real about that though. No, let's be real about that. Every rapper,
me and all my 88 writers worked real hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's be real about that.
Maybe Joe was mad he wasn't a writer.
Motherfucker, can I talk?
I'm sorry.
No, let's be real about that. As a rapper, would you rather be Drake or would you rather be Black Thought? Maybe that's like a different, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be
Drake or Black Thought. Like, not even Joe Budden. You're not even putting Joe Budden. So it's Drake or Black
would
Thought.
You rather be every rapper's favorite rapper or would you rather be everyone's favorite rapper?
I'd rather be every rapper's favorite rapper.
Exactly.
Me personally, but
but that's us personally.
That's me.
So that's probably what's happening with Drake. Like, he wants to be considered as one of the greats, I think. Like, he definitely wants to put himself in that Jay-Z area. And Jay-Z has become everyone's favorite rapper and every rapper's favorite rapper. But he's you know what I'm saying? Like, he was for a while.
In his prime, man.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people like cite that Reasonable Doubt album and everything. Like a lot of people like big up to Jay-Z. Like, he's not even in the conversation because he's up there. Like, it's a rap type of God status.
Yep.
So I think that's what Drake is going for. And so with Drake trying to go for something like that and having one of his peers that know him well go at him like that, makes him a sensitive ass light skinned nigga. Boom.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Joe Budden's kind of light skinned too.
They're both light skinned niggas. So why do you think this whole thing started? I'm light skinned.
They both in their feelings. It all makes sense. We just entertaining some.
I can't believe I'm even referring to this light skinned shit. Because every time that Charlemagne says some shit about that shit, I get so pissed off. I'm like, man, light skinned niggas don't be in their feelings, but you know what? They kind of do. But everybody be in their feelings. But let's just go with this whole little thing because it fits. It fits the mold.
I mean,
it's the narrative right now.
I mean, let's just be real. A lot of rappers have been in they feelings shit for a while. Like,
yep.
A lot of the narrative for a while has been it's either been like some like trap turn up shit, or it's been some introspective in your feeling shit, you know? And like, he like tried to make a point that he started that. Yeah. Like Joe made a point in the podcast, like, no, I started this introspective shit. Drake kind of rode that wave and made it popular. And that's why he made the line in the song that, no shopping about, I took what you, I don't remember, like, that fucking song sucks. I think the song is terrible, by the way.
Yeah.
It's bad. Like, you think that designer song is bad? That no shopping shit sucks.
Right. I'm trying to think of the song.
Exactly. You can't even think of it.
It's not memorable.
It's just not at all.
It's not memorable just because I didn't really want to listen to it that much in the first place. But and then Charlemagne the God and Joe Budden, they go at it in regards to their personal relationship. Nobody really fucking cares. So like, I mean, but whatever. So then it comes out that Drake, he's on his tour, his Summer 16 tour, and he ends up saying on his tour, like, oh, I should have got Joe Budden to come up here and perform his song. Pump it up. Fuck them niggas. And I was like, damn, homie's like going in, right? So then right after that, I guess right after that came out, Joe Budden drops yet another diss song called Just Because.
Yep.
And again, it's a whole bunch of more bars. So the question becomes, but then also just to go back to the Drake thing, I think what Drake might be trying to do is take the quote unquote positive route, because before,
what?
Yeah, dude, listen to it. He goes, "We trying to be on some positive shit. We trying to be good, whatever." I mean, I should have invited Joe Budden out here to come perform his song, pump it up, but fuck them niggas, right? So to me,
you think you're trying to be positive saying that?
No, but if you'd let me finish my motherfucking thought. So this is what I think might be happening. So
okay.
just so that he doesn't need to drop another song, he could say, "I'm trying to be positive, and I'm not trying to put that quote unquote negativity out there." When niggas know, nigga, you soft, you need to drop some bars, or you done out here. He's never gonna be done, but
he's whack.
But that's what I was like. That was my analytical brain going in there, because he's trying to say some positive shit on that stage, whatever. When he said that, I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, we all know that you ain't.
It's fucking, man. If that is some light skinned nigga shit.
It is. So now they're going back and forth like a bunch of fucking chicks, and to be honest, I agree with what DJ Academic said. Because I was listening to what he says, and he literally needs to drop some bars. He needs to go at, if he's gonna continually, because he already said it in the whole No Shopping song, and now he's going on his tour and saying some shit about him, even saying his name.
Don't talk. It makes him look like Meek Mill.
Yep.
Because what did Meek Mill do when Drake started coming at him with bars? When Drake came at Meek with bars, Meek Mill was on tour screaming some shit, and it was like a meme for a little bit. Is that your girls' tour, or
is that a world tour or your girls' tour?
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, Meek would say some shit, but that was it. Like, it would last for that night, maybe.
And everybody was roasting Meek for that. They were roasting him for that.
And then it's over, and
so
now you're doing the same shit.
Yep.
But again, Bully pulpit, man. He's fucking Drake. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
And that's what sucks, because that's what hip hop's coming to now. Like all these fucking Drake stands, they think that pump it up is a dope ass line for a dip song. Like, nah, nigga, that shit is whack. You want to hear like and that's another thing. Like these niggas that are listening to Drake's diss songs are getting like lightweight bars. Like if you think about it, in the realm of hip hop disses, Drake's is probably the weakest diss what we've ever heard in the history of disses.
What? No shopping?
No shopping.
That was weird.
Back to back. Even though it was fire track, it was a hit song.
Was dope.
It was a hit song, but in regards to diss,
that was a dope diss song. What are you talking about?
I don't know. It's not up there.
What? Charged Up was whack.
Charged Up was weak sauce.
Back to Back was dope.
To me, I don't think that his diss songs are up to par with what diss songs are supposed to be. And if he wants to, like, what a diss song is supposed to be is what Joe Budden is dropping. And now everybody's gonna think that I'm on Joe Budden's dick. I'm not a big Joe Budden.
Because you said Back to Back was whack.
I never said that it was whack.
Okay.
Motherfucker, stop putting words in my mouth. I said that as a diss song.
Okay.
It is not up there. It's not up to par with all the history of diss songs in hip hop.
Name your top 3 diss songs.
Ether.
Okay.
Now it's eluding me because we're drinking. Jay-Z's Take Over. And then Ice Cube at Eazy-E. Like, that's the kind of realm that you got to be in. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a lot of diss songs. We even You So Sweet. Like, that could be considered a diss song. But that shit was hard.
It is a diss song.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit was fucking dope.
But you don't like Back to Back?
I'm not saying I don't like Back to Back. Stop saying that.
I'm sorry.
You're promoting a narrative that's not right.
I'm sorry. You don't like Back to Back as a diss song.
I'm saying
Let me finish
it's not. Don't say I don't like. I'm saying that it does not, as a fact. This is a fact. It does not stand up in the history of diss songs. It does not stand up there with those ones. I mean, it's down here. It's down here at the, like, if there's a top 20, it's number 21.
I have to disagree with you.
It's not up there to me. I think the only reason why people think that it's that dope is because of all the hype around it. And yeah, he did kill Meek. Meek came back with some weak shit.
No, I mean, so part of the thing of that specific song that makes me think that you're absolutely wrong in saying that it's not even in the top 20 is the fact
I'm not saying that it's not in the top. I said if there was a top 20, it's 21.
Right, so you're saying it's not in the top 20. That's
but
exactly
there's not
what
even
you
that.
just said.
Okay, never mind.
No,
that was just a random number that I threw out there.
All
but
right.
Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is,
go ahead.
The fact that he even has bars that will be remembered until now. When did that song come out? It's months ago. Can you think of it was months ago.
I don't think so.
That's years in internet time. Years. And you still know bars from it. Like, this is the new age. This is 2016. If you remember bars from a diss song, can you quote any bars from any of the, like, Joe Budden diss songs that came out? Any of the last 4 Joe Budden songs that have come out?
No, I haven't had enough time to sit with them.
But you can list like 3 or 4 from the Drake song.
Because I've had enough time to sit with them. That's not a good measurement.
Because it's catchy.
No, that's not a good measure. But that's the thing, is he made them. So diss songs
Twitter fingers, trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Diss songs aren't meant to be hit songs.
They're not. But if you make a diss song, a blatant diss song, a hit song,
by making it a hit song, then the diss song is already out there. So if it's a weak ass.
But it's not.
This is what I'm saying though. By your standard, by your measurement, you're saying that if it's a weak ass diss song, that so say like Meek Mill put out a weak ass diss song, but that shit was a hit on the radio and like we knew all the words, like you're saying, like, but it's going over one of you're
not talking to one of them random dudes, right? Like, you know that I listen to this shit. You know that, like, I'm listening to the bars. But this is what you're saying, though. But you know that I listen to bars. This is what you're saying. So I'm saying that the fact that somebody who listens to bars, somebody who actually, like, listens to the shit, I know what I'm saying, is, like,
I feel like
listening to this and being like, he kind of went in on him. And people who have no idea what the fuck are going on is saying the same shit. It means you hit a nerve. It means you hit it. They don't matter, but they do matter. They do matter
this
because
is what I'm saying. When it comes to a diss song,
because if you can make a diss song that hits.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
hits
say
as a diss and it's popular, and I'm not saying it's a hot diss song because it's popular.
But this is what I'm saying. If the bars are weak, but it's a hit diss song,
it's weak.
So say Charged Up was weak, right?
It's weak.
But Charged Up was like a number 1 hit. Does it get? Oh my God! If you just fucking listen, if Charged Up was a hit,
yes.
Does it automatically get? We'll just say let's start with like a point system. It gets automatically like 100 points scored because it's a hit.
I don't give a fuck if it's a hit or not.
But that's what you're saying right now.
That's extra credit points.
But that's what you're saying right now to me.
That's extra credit points. If you can't even be in the league of right, and it's a hit. It's not like it's a hit.
So that's what I was trying to ask you, and you kept fucking you.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to ask you. I'm like, if it's a weak ass song, but it was a hit, it was a weak diss. So like, no shopping. No shopping's a hit.
It's terrible. I don't like the song.
You don't like the song.
It's terrible.
You don't like the song, but No Shopping is a hit. It's a guaranteed hit. So
I don't care. It's terrible.
But it's also considered a quote unquote diss song.
Nope.
So that one doesn't go up there.
Nope.
So that's what I'm saying is that to me, I'm not putting a hit song as a ranking when it comes to my diss songs. But you are right now by saying that Back to Back was a hit. On top of it, it gets extra credit points. But no,
it gets extra credit points because it's a dope diss and it was a hit.
So it's a whack diss and a hit, and it doesn't get any points.
Nothing, because it's a whack diss. It doesn't.
I'm not even putting in the hit. Like the hit, be it a hit or not, I'm done. Like that doesn't have anything to do with it in the diss top 10, top 20 diss records.
Okay,
it has nothing to do.
That's fine. That's fine. But
you got to tell me that you brought the bars. You got to give me those bars. I mean, it has to also be a good song. I will say that, but it doesn't have to be a hit. There's a difference between a hit and a good song.
I'm not. So I don't subtract points if it's not a hit.
Yeah.
Like the only way your point makes sense is if I'm subtracting points because it's not a hit. I'm subtracting.
And that's what I was trying to clarify.
I'm not subtracting any points if it's not a hit.
That's what I was.
All these Joe Budden songs, bars. All 4 have been bars. There's no shopping.
That was one hell of a tangent that we went on.
Terrible.
All right. I mean, we agree to disagree on that then.
I mean, when you can go to a club and motherfuckers recite fucking whole diss song to a motherfucker, and he has to be in the club and hear motherfuckers sing this shit, that hurts a little bit too. Like,
hurts my soul. No, I get it. Like, I understand that. I get it. Like, I'm not trying, and that's why I'm saying I'm not trying to discount what Back to Back was. I just don't think, in my opinion, that it was up there with all of the like top diss songs that have been out.
Okay.
Put point blank period.
Okay.
We went on a nice little tangent there. I like that. And then also what we had was, so after that, anyway, I don't even remember what we were talking about before that, but so he goes on stage, he says all that shit.
Right.
Joe Budden drops another one, and then by dropping another song, we're not even sure, like, you know, if Drake's gonna respond or not. We think he should.
He probably won't.
That's why I tried to like speculate with the whole positive shit, but you know, that's whatever.
He probably won't. I mean, at this point, he probably shouldn't. He should just hope it goes away.
Yep. And if he does, and never mind, I'm not even gonna go because that'll go into. I don't want to talk anymore about Drake, to be honest. I'm so done. Can we change the subject?
Okay. I mean, I'm
tired of that nigga being all up in, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I am a fan of Drake to an extent. However, I'm tired of talking about the same nigga for the past,
right?
You know, whatever. Like, let's
he doesn't even make hip hop for the most part. It's like hip hop flavored.
This is what I want to do. Let's just.
You know how like Sunny D is like not really orange juice.
Nah, nigga, give me some of that grape drink.
Yeah, that's Drake.
You know what I want?
If hip hop was juice, Drake would be Sunny D.
Then what would Schoolboy Q be?
100% fresh squeezed. Fresh squeezed. California orange juice.
I thought it was Florida, but okay.
Yeah, fuck Florida. It's West Coast.
West. All right, so now let's transition from Drake and his salty little light skinned ass to
Blackface.
Blankface. Great fucking album. Let's go into it. Let's dive in.
You know,
Let's boom right to the deep end.
It didn't hit number 1, so
it's not a hit.
It's not a hit.
This motherfucker doesn't like it.
Oh no, I don't like it. You're right. Fucking loved it.
Fucking loved it.
Fucking thing was awesome. So, Schoolboy Q. I don't know if you guys know this. This motherfucker was born in Germany, in a city I can't pronounce.
No one can.
Well, the Germans can.
Germans can.
And probably most Europeans.
Let's get off this.
Anyway, this German-born could never be president, motherfucker.
Could never be president, motherfucker.
Yeah. He can't be.
I know, but that's just a funny little fact that you're just trying to throw out there. Schoolboy Q could never be president. But he's got a great album out.
But the album's amazing.
It's ridiculous how Schoolboy Q could never be president. But
breaking news. Schoolboy Q can never be president, but can still put out hot music. This is a real thing, guys.
So anyway, I mean, they know you have to be. I was gonna say California born.
You gotta be born in California to be president of the United States.
You have to be born in America to be United States. Dude, the drink is kicking in.
So this Blankface. What did you think of it?
Yo, I thought, to be honest, I sat with it for a good amount of time, and I listened to it probably for a good 3 days.
3 days straight?
Not straight, that's all I listened to, but
okay.
I made sure I went back to that album and listened to it all the way through once.
All right.
So I cannot tell you what my favorite track is on there, because I loved the shit out of that album to its entirety.
Damn, every song.
For the most part,
well,
yeah.
Then, okay, what's your least favorite song?
Big Body, just because the beat.
All right.
But I love the chorus. Big body, big bands. Big body, big bands. I love that. I love how that just
the bounce.
Mm-hmm, the bounce of it. But the beat was not to my liking.
All right.
I mean that beat is just
Tyler the Creator beat, by the way.
He created that?
Tyler the Creator. Yep.
That was him.
Yeah, that's why it sucks.
He actually has some good production.
No, I mean...
What do you mean that's why it sucks?
I don't know. I just really don't like that song. And he just kind of seems out of place on the Schoolboy
Why would
Q
you say
record.
that about... You're a hater. Why would you say Tyler the Creator? That's why it sucks. That's fucked up.
Because it's
Tyler Creator has created a lot of great production.
I like how you keep saying created for Tyler the Creator.
I know, because
No.
I like how you cut that.
No. He has made a decent amount of music that I like. Yeah. But on a Schoolboy Q record, and then that song just is
and he's got the dog pound on it too.
It's not good.
It's not the best, but I understand what it is.
But
it's a bunch of hood niggas on that shit.
Yeah.
So that sounds like the type of shit that my brother Reggie used to make sometimes, and then he started getting better. But yeah. Big Body Big Benz was not my favorite. However, Dope Dealer with E40.
E40.
That was good. I wasn't a big fan of his verse on there, but I still just appreciated his presence.
Yeah, no, the way I feel about that song is I think it's a dope song. I think it fits well on the album. Where it sits in the album, I think is ideal. And the way I describe it is there's just enough E40 on it.
Yeah, just enough. It wasn't that long.
It's not too much
E40
where you're like, man, it's just enough.
I feel like E40 could have came harder. He's done. You know what I'm saying?
He could have.
He could have came harder, but I mean,
he came hard enough.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible.
Right.
I liked his flow, but I just it was he was trying to do choices over again. You know what I'm saying? And that it was it was just pushing too much, and it was dude, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's try and figure this out. But I mean, nonetheless, it was not bad. It was just not good either. It was teetering right in the middle. Shit. Another song I want to talk about is Groovy Tony with that Jadakiss, dude.
So
Jadakiss on that motherfucker was so hard.
So Groovy Tony was one of the singles that was released before the album came out, well before the album came out actually. And it was just Schoolboy. There was a video released. You know, the visuals were real dark, like really grimy, man. It was at the junkyard. They had the body hanging from the. It was dark, but then you hear it on the album and it's a different song. You know, not only does it have Jadakiss on the verse, you're just like, oh shit, Jada, what? And she drops bars.
He drops such a great feature to that song, and his voice fits that song so well. Like it was such like so in the pocket. It just fit. Like, you know, like when kids have that little like square, circle, triangle thing, and you have to put the block inside of it. It just fit right there. It just fit. It was like OJ's glove. It was like
OJ's glove didn't fit.
I'm just messing around.
Oh damn.
No, but like it just fit so well.
It did. And then even how the song flips at the end
to Eddie Kane, you know, and I think that really just shows the amount of time that was spent on the record as a whole, because that's not the only song that has that style of production where you know the song kind of transitions and changes towards the tail end of it. And I thought the transition from song to song were done very well. A lot of the songs I know it because when I hear them on a playlist and they come out of order, I'm expecting a certain song to come up, and that song doesn't come up, and I'm mildly disappointed. Like, oh, but yeah, the transitions were done very well. Overall, I thought this was a really good project, man. I mean, I was anticipating it for a while. He had the couple videos that came out, the few singles that were released. You know, it was like just giving you just enough, and then he dropped it, and I listened to it. I listened to it again, and again, and again, and again,
and it was just like I had this fucking record on repeat. I couldn't stop listening to it.
Me either. Like, that's why I said, like, for 3 days straight, like, I was listening to it. Like, it may not have been the only thing I was listening to, but like, it was the main thing I was listening to.
Yeah, and I mean, I honestly, if he had taken 2 songs off this record, I would label it as a fucking classic.
Oh, you think it was too long?
No, there's 2 songs I just don't like.
You didn't like Overtime, and you didn't like
Big Body.
Big Body. Oh, I knew I would be able to guess it.
Yeah, Big Body and Overtime. If those 2 songs were not on this record,
it'd be a classic, apparently.
Yeah, it'd be up there, you know? I mean, man, and as a Kendrick stan, like this shit right here. I mean, some of the things that he talks about on this, the fact that it's called Blank Face, the contrasting songs, you know, talking about, you know, what it's like to be a crip, what it's like to be a father, you know, what it's like to just be a kid trying to figure out what it's like to be a man.
Him.
Right. And I don't know, it's not a super deep, like, you know, conceptual, like, oh my God, this album's gonna flow perfectly, where each song is gonna have a meaning, and then it's not one of those super deep albums, but it's still a lot deeper than a lot of people are giving it credit for.
Yeah, I was actually going to add on to that. It's not like, you know, when it came to like Good Kid, Mad City, like you knew what ride you were taking. When it came to Blank Face, you had no idea what kind of ride you were taking, and then you had to figure that out along the way. And I think that's what one of the most attractive things about this album is that you get into it and you know that it's conceptually written. Like, there is a concept to this album, and it flows together so well that you start to understand what Blank Face and why he named it that, and understand what's going on there. Like, to me, I think it was meant to be surface and then meant to be deep, like at the same time. Like, I think he executed that well.
Well, what do you think Blank Face means?
What do you think Blank Face is? What do you think, Tom?
What do I think Blank Face means? I mean, like, so, like, the way that I thought it was like his identity doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, who he is as an individual it's insignificant. What matters is his allegiance.
Mm-hmm.
His allegiance is the Crips. I thought it was a very like Crip heavy record, like from top to bottom. Like he was just talking about the gang life and how when you subscribe to these gangs, when you just when you're in this life, you are a Crip, you are a gang member, you're a part of something bigger, regardless. The last video he released, the part 3.
John Muir.
No, I'm sorry, not John Muir, but from the like 3-part little short videos he was doing. The last part was the song Black Thought, and he had like a video for the song Black Thought, and so in that video it kind of
I didn't see that one. Fuck.
Oh, okay. So
that probably explains it.
so in that video it starts off with him with the pretty much the prosecutor offered him a deal in the case.
No, I think I saw that one now.
And
he's like, "No, I'm not snitching."
He didn't say shit. He just kind of went into his thoughts, and then the fucking music for Black Thought started. And the first verse, he's kind of talking about like just normal like rap shit, braggadocious, talking shit about your peers, talking about where you came up from, yada yada yada. In the video he's putting in his gold teeth, he's chilling out in this big ass yard, just like being like chilling out, And then the hook comes. And then the second verse comes in and he starts talking about pretty much how the gang life is bullshit.
Yeah.
And he's talking about something that's like way bigger than himself.
Yeah.
Like I hold on a second. I definitely want to pull up what he said in this song because it was
profound.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I gotta find that. All right. So in verse 2, Schoolboy Q. I just want to read some of these lyrics because I thought they were very profound and kind of talked a lot about what he was talking about in the album in general, which is why I think it kind of concluded the 3 parts of his visual ensemble for those kind of cinematic videos and stuff. Mm-hmm. He says, "Ain't nothing changed but the change. Let's put our brains away from gangs. Mm-hmm. Crips and Bloods, the old and new slaves. Shit, we even changed our names. Tiny something, Lil Shane while we bang." Like, that's some really thoughtful shit about what it's like to be in a gang.
Yeah.
Like when you become a slave, you have your born name. This is the name that you were given.
Right.
But then when you come over, if y'all seen Roots, you know what I'm saying? His name is Kunta Kinte, and he's saying, no, it's not. Or he's saying, yes, my name is Kunta Kinte, and the slave owner is saying, no, it's not.
Your name's Toby.
Your name is Toby. And he's fighting that.
Yeah.
He's fighting it so hard until he can't fight anymore. And finally, he says, okay, I'm Toby. Mm-hmm. And that is what that is the image that Schoolboy Q was trying to paint with his gang life. They the old and new slaves. Like, they was slaves back then and they're slaves today.
Like the way that the new gangs, like not new gangs, because gangs have originated from the fact that we weren't able to do things for ourselves.
Yes.
Like there was no community centers for black people above, so they were formed to, make sure there was some sense of community. And now that has been changed into the new slave, like I definitely understand what you're saying there. Like it's super super insightful of him to realize like. You change your name to, I'm just going to use some generic ass little stupid one.
Tukey.
I was going to say Tukey or Little Pistol or like Little something or, like 7'5", whatever. Like,
right.
He changes you change your name to this.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like, and you're a slave to this. Like, you just following orders. You're just following instructions the same way that the slaves followed instructions, following orders. Yeah. Pick the cotton, up, down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton, up, down, turn around, pick a bale of hay. Like, we all knew that. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing, like, up, down, turn around, shoot another blood, up, down, turn around, do some other shit. So, like, no, that's a great, insightful, like totally Like, I think a lot of people don't understand that. Like, a lot of people hear the music and they vibe with it, but they don't get the underlying meaning.
Right. I mean, he's spitting bars, you know, and he's speaking truth at the same time, you know, and he's not walking away from the fact that, you know, he's a part of this shit.
Right.
You know?
I think that's what this whole thing was about, like, too. And I think that goes back to the whole blank face. Like, he is talking about the gang life, and he's also talking about like just life in general. Like, this is there's a theme that's coming out of TDE. Yeah. There's a certain fucking theme, and it's not trying to make you too conscious, but it's not trying to make you too ratchet or too trap or too any of this. Like, it's like, yeah, we can have fun. We can make these fun records. Hence overtime. Hence big body, big bends, and all that other shit. Like, the stuff that's fun. But he also says, like, you know, he has to make like a Never Change, or he has to make like a Black Thought. So, you know, like, I have to make sure that there's balance. There's a yin and a yang to this shit. And that's the same thing that everyone from the start to finish. J-Rock's 9005, 9 Beat a Zip. Like, you know, that whole project was that there's a theme to that whole camp. Like, they're all very like, let's make sure that we give our people something to party to, but let's also make sure that we make them listen and we make them think.
Of course.
And that's just one of the things that I think that they're up in their game a lot. And you know, I think one thing that they're doing is that, or one thing that they're actually showing is that slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Schoolboy Q's last record came out over 2 years ago.
Yep. And
they're he's still putting out excellent product.
Yeah, they're not dropping something every fucking
month.
Yeah,
2 months.
They're no like Young Thug. They're no Future.
Yeah,
they're trying to make sure that their legacy
quality
lasts.
Over quantity.
Exactly.
Keep demand high.
And we all know that Schoolboy Q was gonna like quit the game because he was tired of like what was going on. He wasn't seeing his daughter and things like that. Like, I think there's something like when you see the humanity in an artist that you really love.
Yeah.
It really, really, really like just shines through and makes it that much more special when you listen to their music.
Yeah, because you believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you like, okay, he's saying this shit about his daughter. He obviously means it. This dude was on top of the world and decided to step down for an extended period of time because he wasn't spending enough time with his daughter. So, yeah, it adds credibility for sure. Well, so anyway, this Schoolboy Q record, I mean, this thing is just back to back to back to back bangers.
It really is. It flows well.
I mean, minus those 2 songs, it is.
But those 2 songs flow well within the product to me.
No, they don't. So one of the songs that I think flows well, that I think a lot of people won't like, is Whatever You Want. And you know, just because it is a different sounding kind of song. It's like a tri-hop kind of, you know, worldly sounding song with the steady kind of, you know, kick drum on the 1 and the 3 kind of, you know. But he flips it well, and I definitely understand why he made that song. You know, he's got worldwide appeal, and this kind of song I could definitely see being played overseas. But it still fits in the context of the album, and it still fits and flows with the rest of the album. So I definitely don't think it takes away from the album at all, like those other 2 songs did.
I mean, he had to make... Well, that's the one thing that he said, is that Overtime, because Overtime is one of the 2 songs he's talking about. Overtime was a bootleg studio, and the only reason why he said that is because Overtime, it didn't sound right. And then so he actually asked to say, hey, I need Justine Skye and I need Miguel on this, and it'll actually come together to be something. Yes, it's probably one of the least, it is the second least favorite track of mine on the album. However, he's also trying to make, like, this is a business, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to make sure that he appeals to certain crowds. He's got to have something. But the good thing about that is that he has one of those, only one.
Yeah.
And he's only got one other song that'll travel overseas. Everything else seems to be in line with the Schoolboy Q brand. And yes. I mean, but to be honest, the Schoolboy Q brand is those fun records. Like, he does those records. He's done it better than Overtime.
Yeah. He's done it better than that. He has. I mean, and you know, this is me not like just not hating on Schoolboy Q. It's me hating on this specific Schoolboy Q song. Yeah. You know, it's just not a good song.
Yeah, it's lazily sung. It's yeah, you know, it's I get it. Yeah.
It's just, you know, trust me, I love Studio.
Yeah.
I love Studio.
Studio's my shit, especially because I love BJ the Chicago Kid too. Big ups to him, but
this song was just
it wasn't there.
It just felt.
But we won't end on that note. We will end on the note that the Schoolboy Q Blank Face album was a very strong album. Was a very great album. It was an album that we will listen to for months to come, days.
Yeah,
to come.
I mean, it was definitely one of my favorite releases of the year, and it kind of lived up to what we had spoke to before we listened to it on the last one, when we were contrasting it to the YG record, where the YG record was on some throwback, West Coast hip hop sound, where the Schoolboy Q record was like fully based in 2016, but still it was very clearly West Coast and gangster rap. So I really like what TDE is doing by crafting this like new age West Coast sound that sounds new but still West Coast. Mm-hmm. So I definitely have to tip my hat to those guys for doing that and being able to put a product together like this that was so clearly gangster rap, but also still clearly 2016.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that was all we had for this episode.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to add?
It's hot.
I'm trying to look for a Pikachu for Pokemon Go. You know where I can find one of those?
No, I haven't found one yet.
Fucking shit.
I found a Wartortle though.
Oh, nice. I've been catching a bunch of Squirtle. I'm trying to like grow it up, trying to do it the old school side.
So, a little advice, guys, if you're playing Pokemon Go. I know this is stupid and whatever. Turn it off right now.
No, don't turn it off. Pokemon Go.
If you don't play Pokemon Go, turn it off.
It's life.
Do not upgrade your Pokemon or evolve them until you get to like level 20.
Why?
Because you'll catch stronger Pokemon then, and you'll wish you had the Stardust.
Where'd you read that? And why didn't you tell me about that before I started evolving Pokemon?
I did the same thing too. It's okay.
Thanks, because I've been evolving. I do have one that's at like level 900, but that's about as high as I at.
What level trainer are you?
I'm 17.
So you're about at the point where you should be doing that.
Yeah, I didn't really evolve anybody for a long time.
Good. So you're about there. You're good.
I hope so. Anyway, this is Pokemon Go Talk. Last but not least, let's make sure y'all know where to follow us.
Where are we at? This is Through the Crate, guys.
This is Through the Crate. So you can follow us on Instagram. Instagram is at Through the Crate. All one word.
All one word.
You can follow us on SoundCloud. Through the Crate. Search it. You'll find us. We'll pop up right there. You can find us on iTunes. Search Through the Crate. We'll pop up. We're right there. You can also take a look at us on our website. It's www.throughthecrate.com. We are on there. What else do we got? We got the Twitter handle, throughthecrate.com. Throughthecrate.com. Again, Through the Crate is THROUGHTHECRATE. Through the Crate. Follow us everywhere. We love to get any feedback. If you guys want to try and say anything, like, criticize us, as we said today. If you want to criticize us, tell us if we're doing something wrong. Tell us if we're doing something.
Back with bars.
If we're doing something wrong, if we're doing something right, let us know. Let us know what you feel. Just we also post things on a daily on our Instagram account for the most part. We're not really on Twitter because Twitter kind of sucks. Let's just be real.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't have a Snapchat because Snapchat's for kids. I'm just kidding. I just want to say, like, tricks for kids.
Snapchat's for kids.
Anyway, thank you again for listening to us. Tune in next week. We're going to have something for you. Fire.
Bars.
Dial on. You know why? Because I spit hot fire. Hiya!